All right, here we go through the official Spain halfway part if you start in Roncesvalles. We passed the part of the halfway point from leaving from Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port earlier. Good evening.
Good evening.
We've come to the end of day 23, and we're going to address some of the questions that we get on Facebook and YouTube. And one of them is, what is the normal day like on the Camino? Well, our days are a little bit different, but pretty much follow the same scheme. And they revolve around 3 or 4 things. Number 1, food. Number 2, walking. Number 3, sleeping. And number 4, a lot of unbelievable sights in between. But our day, I'm going to give you an example of what our favorite day is. Our favorite day is we get up, we have a small snack of some sort, banana or bread and jam, and then we walk for an hour and a half, 2 hours, 4, 5, 6 kilometers. If there is a place to stop and get a breakfast at that point. If we do, we stop and we have a nice breakfast, which is usually a couple of coffees, tortilla, chocolate croissant, sometimes fresh juice.
Or it could be a Coke and a Snickers like it was today.
Yeah, it could be a Coke and a Snickers like it was today. But then we do a pretty much heavy duty walk for a while until we get a little closer to where we're going to be for the evening. And we'll stop again and have another, a drink. Rehydrate, water Aquarius, which is basically a electrolyte drink here that they have in Spain. And then we get on in, shower, do a little laundry if we need to and then go out and have dinner. And then come in and go to sleep and plan out our next day. So that's kind of the way the days go almost every day. The breakfast will depend on if there's a stop down the road. If not, we'll try to eat here or wherever we are first thing in the morning, because really you have to really judge where you have access to food and drinks and hydration and all that kind of stuff. So you kind of need to plan out your day to see if you can get the things that you need, where you need to get to it, including rest stops and restrooms and all that kind of stuff. But you know, you don't want to get all caught up in the logistics of it all and miss the beauty of the Camino, because there's a lot of beautiful sights in between waking up in the morning and going to sleep at night, and you don't want to spend your whole day worrying about where you're going to stay, where you're going to eat, and all that kind of stuff. So a little planning in advance sure helps out your day and makes it go a whole lot smoother. Today we left Ledigos, and it was a short walk today. We only walked about 10 miles, about 17 kilometers. We got another day tomorrow, very similar, about that length. Got in here fairly early. We're staying at the Hostel San Juan. So we're going to bed early tonight, as usual, and going to get up tomorrow and head to, where's tomorrow? El Burgo Renero. So that's where we're headed tomorrow. About 17 kilometers will take us about 4 hours if we have stops in between. So we're not in a rush. We don't rush in the morning, and then that way we can kind of get up, pack our bag, and move on to the next spot. So today was a lot less stressful as far as physically than we've had the last few days. Kind of semi-rest day as far as the stress on the body as far as walking. So it was a pretty good day. I mean, it was a beautiful day. We didn't have the cold temps as bad. It warmed up today to, I think, lower 70s by the afternoon, so we were able to shed some clothes.
I don't think we even started out with jackets and fleece.
No, we didn't. We didn't start out. I didn't start out with a puffy jacket this morning. It was a little cool without it, but it warmed up pretty quickly. So we really had a great day as far as the temperatures for hiking, and it went really, really well. We went to this restaurant this afternoon, and every time we ordered something, we got if we ordered a Coke, we got some different kind of food to go with it. So we ate way too much tonight. We had our meal, and as we had our meal, every time we'd order something, they'd bring us something else, and so we had way too much food today.
I think we had like 10 appetizers, 2 meals, and 4 desserts.
Yeah, we did, because every time we'd order something, we'd get something else as well. So, but it was a great restaurant, and they really took care of us, and we got our belly full. So that's what counts. So
we got the coolest stamp yet.
Oh yeah, the great stamp. I posted a picture of it. Sherry had one and I had one. It was a wax stamp. And as far as the stamps, to get your certificate when you get to Santiago, you have to have stamps and a credential that as we've been going along with where we stop at a bar or at a hotel or whatever, they've got stamps. And so they put a little stamp on it. You're supposed to have one every day, at least one every day. And sometimes we've had 3 or 4 in a day. And then when you get to the last 100 kilometers, you have to have 2 a day to get your Compostela when you get to Santiago. So that's one of the things. It's like an Easter egg hunt, I guess. Every day you get a little stamp to go in your credential, so that you can prove that you've walked the entire Camino, and you get your certificate from the church when you get to Santiago. So today we got a real neat one, and that was in a little town.
You start with it,
Yeah.
Montinos or
Montanista or something like that. Yeah.
Something with an M.
So, yeah. So, but it was really neat, and like I said, we've got pictures of it tonight. So that's our stamp for today. So Anyway, tomorrow's another day. We hope you enjoy the pictures from today. There's not a lot of pictures today because it was a short walk. Got to see some neat things. We crossed the halfway mark. Sherry got her certificate. She went to the church tonight to get her certificate of the halfway completion. So she got that. And halfway today, we actually did two, because there's a halfway point between where we started in Saint-Jean-Pierre-de-Port, and there's a halfway point from Roncesvalles to Santiago. And today, the official one that she got the certificate for was from Roncesvalles to Santiago. So anyway, she's bona fide, I guess you'd say. She's got her certificate for a halfway point, and we've completed 400 kilometers, got 400 more to go. I guess 250 miles out of 500. So we're rolling along. Everything's going pretty good. The blisters are the blisters, and we're getting ready to do a little work here in a minute and get them ready for tomorrow, but they're all manageable at this point, and we appreciate you guys following us along with us. And if you got any questions, send them. But other than that, I hope you have a good night, and buen camino.